game. Are you excited for this weekend?
I am. But the only thing that's going to annoy the hell out of me is this is a step for this team in the right direction, for this organization. And I understand that, defensively they weren't as good. A lot of injuries, maybe, not as much pressure. I mean, when Flores took over last year, you started seeing, 11 men up. It almost seemed like the defense was, I don't want to say better prepared, but I would say the people that were playing understood the defenses a little bit better, so they could take a lot of risk and nobody was ever out of place. Now it seems like if you go up and do something like that and press and do that, periodically somebody's running Scott ass free.
Yeah.
And it's happened all year, so you got to have to kind of play it a little safer because of that reason. Guys in and out and stuff like that.
Secondary is depleted right now. And I feel like, I saw like some people were like, oh, well, Javon Holland, I feel like he's taking a step back. I'm like, I think he's covering for everybody's ass. What are you talking about?
Are you kidding me?
Because he's come up with some really key hits at certain points. I'm just like, I don't know what you want him to do. Like he's trying to coordinate a bunch of guys with no experience or just aren't that good.
But what I'm saying is that you have to look at all of this to kind of get an evaluation of what this season was.
Yeah.
You can't just look at the final product and say, oh, playoff game, win or lose, we got to do better than this. You have to look at the situation in its totality to understand what this team went through to get here, and so from that standpoint, I'm gonna probably be a little more positive, but I'm gonna get really annoyed at fans that the first response, if they get blown out by Buffalo, is we haven't won a playoff game in 20 years. And you're gonna put all that heat on this depleted, banged up.
I don't think all the heat goes on it. It just joins it's just another spoke in the wheel.
But see, there you go. You're gonna be part of that.
I'm not gonna be part of it.
I'm telling you, I'm coming in. Let me get close to the mic. I'm in here on Monday. If you come in here with that nonsense, it's go time.
I don't have to worry about it, dude, because we're not
go time.
We're gonna be celebrating a win, dude.
Oh, now all of a sudden.
Because let me tell you something.
No, wait. Now all of a sudden,
we're gonna be celebrating a win, dude. Don't worry.
I was the only one yesterday.
That's not true. I was. I mean, like, yeah, J-Fig.
Not you. Now all of a sudden, I'm sitting across from you, and now all of a sudden you're like, "Ooh, they could win."
Yeah, maybe.
You were pretty distraught yesterday. I was listening, like, when the news
Why wouldn't I be distraught?
I think Leroy was doing his Cleveland hit. The news broke. You're like, all right, Mike McDaniel's at the podium, and depressed
because I thought he was going to say Tua's out there today, ladies and gents, and I was like,
same, yeah.
So to go from there to, and I'm bummed for Tua. Like I saw some of the quotes from Alec Ingold, where he's just like, he's the reason we're here, and I was like, man, that. He goes, you wish that he could have that playoff experience. It's a bummer for him. The fact that he's not in this spot where he can be out there and playing with his guys.
I can say this. Nobody's played in a bigger game than Tua.
With the national championship?
Yeah.
I mean, Christian Wilkins has.
Oh, Christian Wilkins. Yeah. Against Tua.
Yeah, that's right. Doing his splits.
That dude is amazing. Like, it's unfortunate that people don't understand what he has done, right? To this season, and people don't appreciate it because you look at D-line and the only thing you think about is sacks, but be talking about a D lineman that makes tackles 10, 15 yards down the field because he don't quit.
Yeah,
and he goes all day, and he doesn't come out.
He deserves every penny he's going to get this offseason.
Right. And he doesn't come out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that standpoint, it's unfortunate.
He has turned out to be everything that they wanted him to be when they got him, because they was like, we want to draft these winning guys who's going to be like going through some hard times and come through it. And he's been everything that you would want him to be.
Both when he talks about it, when he speaks, and on the field.
And also it's terrifying because he pulls no punches.
Well, the thing is that he's one of those guys and I told you I play with a guy like this, John Randall. They play heavy-handed and everything's silly. And you look at them and go, "Oh, you weren't serious?" Right? Like
It's not fun. It's not
right.
fun.
They're just playing.
It's not fun.
Right. It's not fun for you, but they just playing.
Yeah, they're just messing
Chris
around.
Wilkins looks like he just playing.
Well, gonna need him to come up.
Hey. By the way,
couple strip sack fumbles.
By the way,
What?
don't sigh, because when you sigh, you let people know you're disgust for the situation this week.
It's a tough situation,
It's
dude.
a
Like
tough,
I was reading.
hey, it's sports.
Here's the thing. I got really mad before the show because ESPN's headline right now is, "Do the Dolphins have a chance this week?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm about to read some numbers about how they have a chance." And they're like, "Nah, 27-7 Bills." I'm like, what is that? What is that? Why would you say that? Why would you make that the headline of your article? And you bastard clickbaiters went out here and you're like, "We're going to get some excited Dolphins." Because if you click, you're like, they're going to tell me the keys to victory. And what instead they said was, "You're going to get killed." They said, if you had
that's what they think. You do you understand who you're talking to?
Hmm?
Do you really understand who you're having a conversation with?
15-1.
A guy who's on the other side of that.
Mm-hmm.
So am I ever going to say a team doesn't have a chance? Hell no.
They write.
I can't. That would be just ignoring the history of my career.
Bill Barnwell, he writes.
Do we listen to him now?
Yeah.
We listen to him now. Okay.
It seems academic to discuss this match with the Dolphins are starting Skylar Thompson, which they are, at quarterback against the Bills. Brock Purdy has been magical for the 49ers, but his fellow rookie 7th-round pick has struggled in Miami. Thompson has played like the typical rookie late rounder, averaging 5.1 yards per attempt, posting a 57.1 completion percentage across 105 pass attempts. Barring the truly unexpected, Thompson against the Bills is an unfair fight. Getting Teddy Bridgewater back would make things a little fairer, given the journeyman passer averaged 8.6 yards per attempt on 79 passes this season. He missed week 18 with a dislocated finger. Coach McDaniel said Wednesday that they are preparing for Thompson to start, but it would be hardly a surprise if McDaniel turned to Bridgewater if the offense struggled to move the ball early. Either way, this is unlikely to be a competitive game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills are resting their starters at some point in the second half. Prediction: Bills 27, Dolphins 7.
Well, if that's the score, they ain't resting nobody. Because you know what happened the last time when, with Baltimore and whatever. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but yeah. Here's the problem. Is that I don't know if people understand. And I'm going to say this. Do what you got to do. Skylar Thompson is a better option than Teddy Bridgewater. So for anybody to all of a sudden say,
"Hello, Jay Fig.
Hello.
Welcome to the show."
Hey.
Somebody's tardy.
Yeah.
Big.
We sent
accident was my life.
We sent out a couple of birds to see where you were, but
We
they
sent
didn't.
some Ravens.
They didn't come. They didn't come back. What happened?
Dave South says that article should be called "Stating the Obvious." I know, but Leroy, look at this. Come here. Look at the headline. Does that not imply you're going to write about how the Dolphins have a shot? Like, what is that?
Well, he asked the question, and we all kind of knew where that was going.
Furious with him.
So,
Barnwell.
but here's the deal. Skylar Thompson has the ability to get out of his way. Both of them hold the ball way too long.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not used to playing in that timing to Mike McDaniel offense, right? They're not. It's you either have played like that or not. It's not something that you grow accustomed to.
I was curious about this with him, like, because they don't really have this with Tua. Every time he runs, we kind of get a little scared. But Skylar Thompson was a good runner in college, and we've seen like a couple plays. Like, can they unlock that? Because that would be something that we don't have on film with him, but it is an ability that he's known to have.
But that's the thing. See, you can do that with Skylar. You can try to create some offense using his legs. And he's just sitting back there holding the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So you in this
He
situation,
just doesn't look terrified.
right? But he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's not going anywhere. So my thing is that Skyler gives you the best option. He does. And I know, oh, yeah, Teddy's been playing longer. And Teddy will probably make better decisions. But the problem with both of those guys, when you watch them play, they hold the ball so much longer than Tua that you're gonna have to evade folks. Right? And the only thing they should do with Skyler is keep his eyes downfield.
Give you some headlines here from the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Miami Heat's back in action tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. 7:30 is your tip-off from the Heat's house.
I see Undisputed. And what I'm looking at is Skip ain't saying nothing when Shannon talks. they squashed that.
So that's going tonight. 6:15 preheat with Alejandro Solana. Last night in some college hoops, the Canes, they beat Boston College, and they won 88-72.
Yep.
Isaiah Wong, he had 22 points. Jordan Miller, he filled up the box, scored 19 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. So Canes getting a nice win yesterday at the Watts. The Panthers, late hockey action tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. Puck drops at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we'll get into a little bit of this later, but the Marlins traded Miguel Rojas to the Dodgers for infield prospect Jacob Amaya. So Miggy's
we can't even get real players.
Miggy's 8-year run with the Fish comes to an end. He goes back to his former franchise. Plenty to say about that. Kim Ang is going to speak to the media today at like 11. So see what some of her quotes are on that and that move.
I can tell you what the move was. They dumped money.
It doesn't make that much money.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't make that much money.
Doesn't matter.
I think here's what we don't have time.
Everybody else in the league is playing with hundreds, and they playing with dimes.
They're playing with maybe pennies.
Right.
Maybe pennies, yeah. But we'll get more into it.
You trade a player who has been one of the staples of your franchise, one of the few guys that has supported all the ridiculous moves that you made and stood by your franchise for a prospect, not even a damn player. We've been doing this for 30 years. Trade for prospects.
Oh,
where's that pitcher? What's his name?
Who? Max Meyer?
No.
Sixto?
Yeah.
He's not pitching.
Right. Prospect.
Gave up JT Real.
That's what it is. This is the Miami prospects.
Yeah, we should be the 49ers. Bunch of prospecting.
Yes.
We'll get more into it a little bit later, although I think we already had Leroy's thoughts here. He's pissed.
Yeah, this is just annoying. And I don't even know, how good the prospect is.
He's supposedly good. I mean, the prospect is supposedly good. Yeah, I mean, but that's what they always say.
That's what they always say.
They always say that.
We got some great young talent.
He is supposedly good.
He's supposed to be the future. Really?
I'm just letting you know.
You know, the last young talent we had, we traded him to Milwaukee. Traded him to New York. Now, keep in mind, they'll put Anthony Davis to shame, but
the street clothes? Yeah, the two of them miss a lot of games. Christian Yelich and John Carl, they'll miss some games, dude.
But John Carlos was always a different injury.
Always
different injury.
With Yelich, it's always been that back.
Yeah.
Clock here today. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, you're cracking into the Celsius hour, cracking into it too.
Yeah, because I don't want my ice to melt.
We'll be listening for Cat Talk coming up in the 12 o'clock hour. Brought to you by Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius part of your play. Get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida
Here's
Panthers.
Another one. I kind of like that blue one. Just a little change
Arctic vibes.
Arctic vibes. I like the pineapple one too.
Maybe they should name one after Matthew Tkachuk.
I think they should come out with just a strawberry one by itself. Not mixing with strawberry.
Who doesn't like a strawberry drink?
Right.
Who doesn't like a strawberry drink?
Don't mix strawberry with anything else. It is delicious as a standalone.
Yeah.
Right? And just a plain lemonade one.
Doesn't it feel like strawberry uplifts everything too? Like strawberry's got to be looking.
Strawberry lemonade though. That was a good flavor.
That's a good one.
Strawberry's got to be looking around at the other fruits and be like, I lift you bums up all the time. You stick me with banana, I make it better.
I'm gonna tell you no.
Because I would never have a banana flavored something, just banana.
Yeah.
Gross.
You know who is the killer of the fruit salad? And I hate to say it. watermelon.
It starts
Because
leaking everywhere.
it gets
man.
all soggy and wet.
God.
So if you make a fruit salad with watermelon, you better have at it
Yeah.
right away.
But unless you take a watermelon, turn some vodka upside down on it, make it some liquor watermelon.
Woo! You have a problem, dude.
Dude,
What? Nobody's done that?
No.
Huh, interesting.
oh no, is that when you cut a little hole, you dump the watermelon in it, you put it in the refrigerator, and then you do the little scoops, the little like ice cream scoops, and put it. Yeah, no, never heard of it.
How did your thing go last night, Marcos? Your
It
game
went
show
excellent, man.
It looked like it. Wow, it
looked fun.
It was pretty fun. It was about 200 people or something like that, and we gave away prizes. We gave away heat tickets. We gave away tickets to see Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias.
Fluffy, he's still running with that, man.
Still running with
That's
that.
good for him.
Yeah.
You know what? It's all about marketing.
Yep.
Well, here
You're
jealous
I am jealous
because you got 700 names, and
That's
he's
true.
been able to stick with one. You know what they call me?
Yep.
Yeah, man. But it was good. It was a good time. We got.
It looked like I'm telling you, showed us like look. It looked like people were having a blast.
Yeah, see, the thing that I knew would happen, it was going to be Miami themed. There's something that Miami people like doing. It's talking about themselves.
True.
So they didn't hold back in regards to yelling out the answers, and everyone was participating. It was a room full of people participating. It was a good time.
Watermelon is a Jesse Davis of salad toppings.
Everybody just knows what you're talking about.
Right. Man, you know what?
By the way, this line. Did you see Teron Armstead say basically like he should have had foot surgery that ended his season week 1?
Wow.
So I guess he's not playing.
I don't know. I don't know.
If Tua's not playing, I wouldn't. I'd be like, nah.
Can I just tell you that I live in a house with the ration master. So like she'll get fruit, right?
Mhm.
Like she cut up some strawberries, pineapple, and I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to get. She had some grapes, and then she'll put them in individual containers, like and mix the fruit. So say, then if you want some fruit, you can just grab a little package. I'm like, why are you rationing food?
She's being smart.
No.
Armstead.
Well, how many of you sit down with grapes and you just go in the bag, grab one of those things, put it in a little bowl, and have at it?
Armstead, who yesterday won the Good Guy Media Award, given to him by reporters.
I think they're just terrified of him, to be honest with you.
I don't think I've ever heard him speak.
Wait, but right. Wouldn't that be
beginning,
something?
That was my thought
You
too.
know-
I got to be honest with you. I'm
you-
glad you guys said it because I'm like, I don't feel like
You know who I would have gave it to? Is there anybody who seems like they're a better guy than Christian Wilkins? For as angry as
I
he
feel like
played?
he might have won it before. Maybe they don't want to
Yeah.
do repeats.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Armstead won it this year. Probably should be Tua for but you can't give everything to Tua.
Yeah.
You guys hose me down every week.
Mm-hmm.
But he was asked,
Oh man.
do you expect to be able to play on Sunday? Teron Armstead says, I'm working around the clock, trying to do everything I can. I've been dealing with quite a bit this season. As you guys know, it's been a battle. It's been challenging, but I'm not wavering at all. I want nothing more than be out there with my guys in Buffalo on Sunday. It is not anything that I would check off to do that. So if I'm able to be functional, for me, it's not a pain thing. I can deal with any type of pain. It's a function of the muscle thing. And if I'll hold up, I can go, and I can go, I'm going. So there you go.
So it's not like
which
oh,
is
this
not
hurts.
any which isn't
And then he
anything
was
you
asked,
wouldn't expect from him.
What are you dealing with specifically? He says, right now, I have a grocery list on the injury report.
Yikes.
And like,
Poor guy.
he's right. I mean, it's
But
more
the
like a
thing is,
CVS receipt.
It's funny. It's funny because when he's playing, you don't think he has all those injuries. He seems like he holds up pretty good, but he's probably just dying. You know, his body's just.
Yeah.
I remember I hurt my knee and played in a playoff game, and when I was in Minnesota, the first year I got there, and they go, "Oh, you look like you're running good." I said, "I just can't stop." So I could just run in a straight line, and I had burst, but once I got hit, that was it.
Armstead says, I could have gotten surgery week 1 and been done. Against advisement, we locked in and suited up. It's been great, man. Just being around these guys, new environment, new city. I can't see anything less great. It's been a blessing. Good for him, man. That's crazy. He could have been done week 1.
Is
This
there
dude's like a walking game of like operation. It's
Hold on, let me
crazy.
see.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. Foot, pec, toe. Is the toe the foot? That's
It's
probably
the
what that
toe,
is.
but yeah.
No,
That's like a fusion thing. Is that what they would have to
no,
do?
no.
They don't do that anymore.
Two
no, you
separate
don't.
things.
Listen. That's what OJ McDuffie.
That's what I'm asking. Like, but is that a season ender? Is that what
That's
that?
that's
that's
in
a
some
career
cases a
ender.
career ender.
What about for a
Depending
lineman?
on what position. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But keep in mind, if it's his left foot, when you watch him get in his stance, that left foot is like, he's got that left foot back. So I don't know. The only person I know that kind of played with it, and it was because he was so damn fast beforehand, is Deion. Deion Sanders had the same injury, and remember they moved him to safety at Baltimore, and he played safety for a couple of years.
That's pretty wild, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like we knew that he had some durability questions coming in. See, that's the thing. Like,
You knew he had some durability questions, but you didn't really know how tough he was.
That's what I'm about to say. Like,
Right.
when you, I mean, like, what is he? He's 31, so he's been
Right.
around the block.
Right.
But damn, should have been done for the year, basically.
Yeah.
And gave you what, like a dozen games?
I did that 1 year, and guess what my reward was?
Pay cut.
Yep. I think
Pay cut.
these franchises want you to be tough, but it only benefits the guys who already got paid. You see what I mean? So when you go into a situation and like Armstead, he ain't got to worry about nothing, man. He's taken care of. He's
got
been
a big deal.
He's been one of the elite players at his position. So they look at him playing and not playing totally different than say if I took somebody like Christian Wilkins and put him through that. And even if he sucked it up and played through all that stuff, if he didn't have as good a year, they would say, oh, well, your numbers weren't good enough. They don't even acknowledge that. It's unfortunate that they then use that against you.
You're going to do it too,
And
right?
little different because like Tua statistically is amongst the elite quarterbacks. And at that position, you roll the dice. You see, so they may wait a year. They may, not extend them until maybe during his last season or whatever. But I think because of the injuries, he has to understand that they're going to be a little more cautious than they would normally be with a guy that's performed the way he has at that position. It's just, that's just the way it is. But you have guys that, are trying to get that contract or whatever, and they want to do whatever they can to play. What happened?
Schmeathan says, Leroy talks about Christian Wilkins more than Christian Wilkins' own family does. He loves Christian Wilkins.
I do, man.
That's his guy.
Hey. Because see,
and Christian Wilkins loves Leroy. Like we went to the Tyreek Hill first guy, Christian Wilkins and Leroy.
Wow,
I'm gonna tell you like
then
this.
Leroy strangely struck up a friendship with Wes Welker, which I found like out of
that.
No,
what?
Wait,
He knows everybody.
Hey, do you guys not understand? I played for a long time.
Yeah, I know.
That people, hear stories. They know.
That's a great run, but
Oh
I'm
my
telling you
God.
right now,
dude. I showed it to my daughter. She goes, he's not very nice.
And I'm going to be nice about it. That's a great run by Leroy Horde like he's had before. But if that's Robert Smith, it's 6 points for the Minnesota Vikings, most likely.
what a strange
Wait.
piece of analysis.
The thing that people don't understand, it was 3rd and 37. And I got it first. And that's what he had to say about it. That's what he had to say.
Dr. Toboggan says they ate steakums together. Oh man, Dwayne Dedman has his punishment.